Բարև ձեզ սիրելի ուղդիրներ, ես Rafi մանուկյանım Glendale-ի քաղաքի կանցաբար, շնորհակալ եմ, որ նոր ենք միանաք ինձ այսօր։ Այսօր կշարունակենք մեր ծրագրի ընդդություններու նվիրված շարանը եւ այդ նկատմամբ կուզեմ ցեզի ցանգ ներկայացնել այն անձերում, որոնք ես նեցուկ կգանքնիմ եւ ինչպես որսի կհրավիրեմ անցյալի նսի կհրավիրեմ այն անձերը, որոնք ես նեցուկ կգանքնիմ իմ ծրագիրեն։ Ուրեմն սկսելով քաղաքապետարանի խորհրդի անդամներուն ինչպես որ արդեն գիտեք, ես նեցուկ կգանքնիմ եւ իրանց անունները գսեմ հերթով ինչպես որ ընդդության թուղթին վրա բիդի տեսնեք Paula Devine-ը, որ երրորդ անունն է, Ardashes Kasakyan-ը, որ չորրորդ անունն է եւ Վարդան Գարպետյանը, որ վերջին անունն է, 8-րդ անունն է, Glendale Unified School District գրթական խորհրդի A շրջանը, ուրեմն գրթական խորհուրդը ունի շրջաններ, ուրեմն A շրջանը Jennifer Freeman, գրթական խորհրդի Glendale Unified School District, E շրջանը Նայրի Նահաբեդյան, նորեն այս երկուքը եթե այդ շրջաններում մեջ եք, արդեն ցերկվեին մեջը կամ Jennifer-ին անունը գտեսնեք, կամ Նայրին անունը գտեսնեք, իրար թեմ չեն մասնակցել ընդդություններուն, այլ դարբեր շրջաններում մեջ տեխնազուներ են, ինչպես որսի A շրջան A, Jennifer Freeman եւ շրջան E, Նայրի Նահաբեդյան, Glendale Community College-ին համար առաջին շրջան, ուրեմն Glendale College-ի շրջանները թիվով են, alphabetով չեն, ուրեմն շրջան 1, մեկ առաջին շրջանը, Desiree Rabinov եւ Glendale Community College 5-րդ շրջանը, ուրեմն Sevan Benyan, որ միակ տեխնազուն է, հավելյալ տեխնազուններ, որոնց մասին գուզեմ ցեզի դերեկացնել նաև 46-րդ նահանգի Assembly շրջանը, որ San Fernando Valley-ի մեջն է, Adrin Nazaryan-ը, որուն շատ լավ ճանաչնակ, Adrin Nazaryan-ը գրեթե 5-6 տարի այդտեղ է եւ մեծ գործեր գադարե ինաբաստ հայ համայնքին եւ նաեւ իր ներկայացած շրջանին 46-րդ շրջանը San Fernando Valley Adrin Nazaryan Congress-ի համար մեր շրջանը 28-րդ շրջանը Adam Schiff-ին կթելադրեմ որ կվերարգեք բավական թադավորներ կան, բայց մեկը թադավոր կա որ հայ ցակում ունի ուրեմն Tom Parsegyan office number 150 office-ին թիվը 150 է Կարևոր ընդդություն կա County Central Committee Los Angeles County գետրոնական դեմոկրատ շրջանի մեր շրջանի գետրոնական կոմիտեի տեխնազուները Ellen Asadrian, որ ինչպես ցես ցույց տվի անցյալ անգամ 4-րդ էջի վրան է Ellen Asadrian առաջին անունն է մի մորնակ իրեն կվեարգելու եւ 4-րդ էջը դարձեք եթե դունեն կվեարգեք էջերն Նաև գա Juliet Minasian եւ Malcolm Johnson, որ վերջին անունն է Malcolm Johnson-ը հայերուն մոդիկ բարեկամ է եւ գտելադրեմ որ իրեն կվեարգեք Նաև գա State Measure 13 որ նահանգը բարգի տրամ բիդի վերցնե բիդի առնե երբ որ բարգի տրամը լա գտելադրեմ որ ոչ կվեարգեք ուրեմն Measure 13 նաև ունիկ եթե դեմոկրատ եք կամ ռիպաբլիկան եք նախագահի ընդրությունները Ուրեմն իմ թելաթանկներս այսօր նաև որոշ հյուր վիդեո են, բայց այդտեղ չհասած ուրեմն երկու վիդեոներ կան, որ ցույց տամ առաջինը, որոնք պատրաստված են Glendale քաղաքի կողմից, առաջինը ցեր զեկույցներ փոխանցե ընդրության մասին, իսկ երկրորդը նոր ընդրելու կոմպյուտերներով ընդրելու ծևն է, եթե այդ ընդրության կենտրոններ պիտի երթակվեարգելու անցնիկ վիդեոներուն
The City of Glendale would like to remind you to vote beginning Saturday, February 22nd through Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020 in the Glendale municipal elections. This election includes the following races: 3 seats for City Council, 2 seats for Community College Board of Trustees in areas 1 and 5, and 2 seats for Glendale Unified School Board in areas A and E. If you haven't already registered to vote, you may register by February 18 in order to have your name appear in the electronic poll book. If you happen to miss this deadline, you may still vote at any vote center in LA County through conditional voter registration. If you'd like to vote by mail, you may request a vote by mail ballot from February 3rd through February 25th. Vote by mail ballots can be returned by mail or in person at designated drop-off locations. The Glendale municipal elections now coincides with the presidential California state primary elections and is run by LA County. If you have questions or want to learn more, visit glendalevotes.org or call 818-548-4000. Remember, voting is one of our most important civic duties, and we want to hear from you. Glendale votes, and so should you.
Լոս Անջելեսի վարչաշրջանում քվեարկության ձևը փոխվել է։ Ավանդական ընտրատեղամասերը կփոխարինվեն լիովին մատչելի ընտրական կենտրոններով, որոնք հարմարավետ տեղակայվելու են ամբողջ վարչաշրջանում։ Դուք այլևս չեք սահմանափակվի նշանակված ընտրատեղամասում քվեարկությամբ, եւ քվեարկությունը կսկսվի ընտրությունների օրվանից 10 օր առաջ։ Քվեարկության կենտրոններն առաջարկելու են նոր, լիովին հասանելի սարքեր քվեաթերթիկների նշման համար, որոնք կհեշտացնեն քվեարկությունը, ներառյալ ապահովելով քվեաթերթիկի թարգմանություն 12 լեզուներով։ Այս սարքերը հնարավորություն կտան ընտրողներին քվեարկել էկրանին, վերանայել իրենց ընտրությունը, այնուհետև տպել քվեաթերթիկը վերջնական ստուգման համար։ Քվեաթերթիկը վերջնական ստուգելուց հետո ընտրողներն այն կտեղադրեն սարքի մեջ, որն անմիջապես այն կտեղափոխի ապահով քվեատուփի մեջ։ Կարևոր է նշել, որ մեկ պաշտոնի համար 4-ից ավել թեկնածուների դեպքում նրանց անունները կհայտնվեն մի քանի էկրաններին եւ բոլոր թեկնածուների անունները դիտելու եւ իրենց ընտրությունը կատարելու համար ընտրողները պետք է սեղմեն էկրանի ներքևի մասում գտնվող more ավելին կոճակը։ Բարի գալուստ քվեարկության ապագա, արագ, հարմար եւ հեշտ։ Քվեարկության նոր փորձի մասին ավելին իմանալու համար այցելեք la.vote.net։ Glendale-ի տեղական ընտրությունների մասին ավելին իմանալու համար այցելեք glendalevotes.org։
Այդ վիդեոները, որ ցույց տվին, կուսամ բավարար չափով դերակցություններ տվավ, եթե հարցումներ ունի կնակ email-ով ինձ հետ կապել եւ ցեզ կփորձեմ պատասխանել, բայց կարեւոր է որ ընտրությունները այս տարի շատ տարբեր պիտի լինեն եւ կարեւոր է որ ուշադրություն դարձնենք թե ինչպես պիտի քվեարկեք եւ եթե ցուցմունքներ լան այդտեղ ցուցմունքներ գուտան այդտեղի աշխատակազմը Ինչպես որսի այսօր հետս հյուրումն է, որուն լավ վիճանշտամ եւ դարինորով աշխատած է Glendale-ն ներս եւ այսօրվա հարցազրույցի լանկներենով. Today with us is an individual who's been active in the community for a number of years, and I've invited her to give us her description of why she's running and some of her viewpoints. It's with us Desiree Rabinov. Desiree, welcome to our
Thank you so much, Rafi, for inviting me.
Desiree, you have been working in the community for over 30 years. You have started with a number of, you've worked with a number of nonprofit organizations as well. One of them being, you were the past president, co-founder of National Women's Political Caucus. Could you tell us about that caucus and the work that you've done for that?
Sure, it's a national organization, and back in the early 90s, we didn't have many women in public office.
Yes.
And this was an opportunity for local chapters to get formed, to help train, recruit, and help prepare women for political office. And we would essentially be out there fundraising, trying to get our candidates trained so that they can compete in any of the local offices as well as state and federal offices.
And you're, as far as your profession, what is your profession?
Sure. I'm a senior transportation planning manager. I work for the Los Angeles County Metropolitan Transportation Authority, which oversees all the buses within LA County and Metro Rail and light rail systems.
And you have a fairly large budget.
Yes, I sure do. I manage a $25 million budget for transit-oriented development around our rail stations.
Well, that is the next thing that everyone talks about.
That's correct.
Creating affordable housing around transportation hubs.
Precisely.
And that is the
type
of
work
work
that we
you do.
Exactly. And we work closely with the cities. I grant funding for the cities. They apply to us, and then they will develop a regulatory document, basically like a specific plan or an overlay zone.
Right.
Things of that nature that will encourage more density and affordable housing for the communities around our stations.
You also served on the Crescenta Valley Town Council. What is the Crescenta Valley Town Council? Because as we were talking earlier, Glendale community is not very familiar with the work that goes on in the Crescenta Valley and the Town Council and what it represents.
Yeah, the Crescenta Valley Town is an unincorporated part of the Crescenta Valley. And that basically the Town Council is comprised of...
Basically the part that is not Glendale. There's a part that is Glendale and there's...
Exactly. And it's under the jurisdiction of the County Supervisor, Catherine Barger.
Okay.
And so Catherine Barger her predecessor, Mike Antonovich, initially created town councils because we are the ones that are working more closely with the community on a variety of local issues. And so we're like kind of the eyes and ears for the supervisor and help facilitating, issues within the community, what sorts of policies that we might want to see within our community, but also what services that are lacking or concerns within a variety of different programs that we don't have that we would bring to the supervisor's attention.
So you bring it to the supervisor's attention so that she can take action on it.
Correct.
So it comes from the community to you, to the
Yeah,
supervisor.
it works from the bottom up.
Right. And you've done a number of, you've worked on a number of issues as town council,
Yes,
safe routes.
I've been.
And I know
that's
bicycle
true. Yes,
routes
exactly,
as well.
exactly.
I'm a cyclist, and I know that
we
your
are too.
husband's a
Yes,
cyclist
yes,
as well,
he is.
Paul.
And
we
that's what
cycle
initiated-
together.
We
Yes,
cycle together.
quite a bit.
And that's what initiated
Yes.
our involvement in the community, and that was prior to me joining the council. We worked in the committee format of bringing in bike lanes, and since I worked for Metro, I was able to bring in folks within Metro and LA County departments to ensure that we had a master plan that incorporated our community with bike lanes that connected to the city of Glendale and La Cañada.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
And
that
the
was
bike lanes on Foothill, right?
correct. They're on
And
Foothill.
I've used that on many occasions, and it's wonderful, actually.
Isn't it great?
Yes.
And then they're all connecting to
Yes.
each of the cities, so you have a
Yes.
safer route to travel.
Safer route, yes. And
And then-
the sound walls. And
Yeah, we're working on sound walls through Measure R. We had set aside monies within La Crescenta, and so I had initiated the discussions with Caltrans as well as Metro to see, and the county, when do we start implementing these sound walls? We've been waiting for this for 10 years,
Right,
and so
right.
now we're finally at the design and build stage, and they're going to come back within maybe 3 or 4 months to show us some preliminary drawings of what the next steps are.
For those individuals who really don't know what sound walls are,
Sure. Sound walls are located on the freeway system, and they're
Okay.
right adjacent, and it's still on Caltrans property. And basically, it's supposed to protect those homes that are nearby the freeway.
From the noise.
From the noise.
From the noise
From
on
the
the
noise
freeway.
itself. And
Right.
most people think, well, it should protect me 100 feet, but that's not necessarily the case. It's within 50 feet of the freeway system to protect those homes. So you'll have these nice big walls to
Right.
bounce off the sound.
right? Actually, I was skeptical of sound walls because a number of while I was on council, there was some incidents where certain communities wanted sound wall when the new freeway was getting built.
Right.
And actually, it makes a big difference
It sure does.
in terms of sound for the neighborhoods, and it definitely makes the quality of life better for those residents
much
with
better.
the sound wall.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
You're running for Glendale Community College. You're not new to campaigns because you've campaigned for Christiana Town Council, but now you're campaigning in certain parts of Glendale, not all of it, because the Glendale Community College kind of encompasses a larger area than the city of Glendale. Which area will you be representing?
I am running for the District 1 area. And
Yes.
there's 5 districts now.
Right.
There's new boundaries where in the past there wasn't. Essentially, it was at large, where anyone
Right.
could run for office and it didn't matter where you lived. So this time, our area, District 1, can have the opportunity to vote a representative in their area.
And which area is this?
And that's going to include Glendale, northern Glendale area, all the way to Lowell,
Okay.
and all the way to La Cañada, to Rosebank.
Okay.
So you have the whole
So
northern.
it has parts of La Cañada in
Yes,
it as
it
well.
does. The sagebrush area, if
Right.
folks are used to knowing,
Yes.
are familiar with that area. And then it goes all the way down to Montecito Park of Glendale.
Okay.
And,
And
that,
the Montrose area.
and the Montrose
yeah.
area and Spar Heights.
Right.
Correct.
So it's a fairly large.
It's a
fairly
very large
area.
area, yes.
But it's an area that is very familiar with the work that you've done because you represented
Correct.
for 5 years now a large portion of that.
Exactly, exactly. So definitely, they know who I am, the work that
Right.
we've been doing in the community.
Right. So why did you decide to go from a comfortable town council position where everyone knows you, everyone likes you, to contentious? Well, not that contentious.
It's not too contentious.
Yes, but more of a political fight in
Sure.
terms of a campaign where you have to wage a much more focused campaign
Absolutely.
for the Glendale Community College.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. Number one, I think I've done enough in our community, and I want to do more on a greater scale.
Right.
I've really been focusing in La Crescenta community, and I felt like I've been able to accomplish the work that I wanted to do. And of course, I'll still be there to help and facilitate any other of those discussions. But I think at this stage of my career, I feel it's the next level for me to actually do something on a larger scale. And I feel the community college is somewhere that I have a passion for. I'm also a former community college graduate, and it provided me the pathway to get my business degree, my bachelor's degree in business. It was a guaranteed transfer. And based on my experience working in diverse ethnic communities, I have that relationship, and I understand what the needs are on a variety of levels.
And I must say, community colleges are the jewel that is for the education of the youth, for those who are underprivileged and those who are privileged. Actually, I think it's a great deal to be able to go for 2 years and kind of finish quite a bit of your studies in a community college where you don't have to have these expensive student loans for the rest of your life, like a mortgage.
Right, exactly right, which most parents do. They take a mortgage
Right.
out of their home to help pay for their kids'
Right.
college tuition.
What kind of programs do you foresee for the Glendale Community College that you would be championing?
Well, I do know that they're doing a lot of new innovative work on campus, which I'm really pleased, and that's why I'm very excited if I get this position, because I feel that I could be a champion for some of those projects that they're undertaking. One of them, they have a current animation program that they are affiliated with DreamWorks and Disney, and I think that's ideal because that's how you want to have these students get those skill sets and be able to transfer into a job immediately. But I think there's other opportunities where we look in the healthcare industry. We want to be able to bridge those other institutions to see whether they can also come in and work with our student population and have them also have guaranteed jobs somewhere within the healthcare field.
And that's a key. That's a key for all the young people who are going to school, is guaranteed jobs and employment once they finish what they're doing.
And I think the critical pathway is making those private partnerships. It's really essential for the success of a student.
Right. There is an ad hoc task force, the Student Basic Needs Ad Hoc Task Force.
That's correct.
At the community college. Well, could you tell us a little bit about it? I know you will probably be a champion for that.
Absolutely,
as well.
absolutely, and that's something that's kind of near and dear to my heart too, because this has always been a struggle for many young, low-income students that do attend community college. But it's pervasive now. It's now at UC systems and Cal State systems. But the problem is the school identified, listen, we need to establish a task force committee, and that was just done in October of 2019 to get to the root cause. Why is this happening? It's been 5-6 years, and we're still coordinating with the local communities to help bring food to the pantry, working with Ralph's, Trader Joe's, and all those.
What is the problem? Is it food for the students and
for the students only?
And homelessness?
Oh yeah, and there's also affordable housing. There's not affordable housing. Yes. Housing is not available for students right now, especially in many cases of college life. And unfortunately, Glendale is also faced with this as well, where we're finding students having to sleep in their cars.
That is a big issue, actually. Someone brought it to my attention that we do have a student homeless problem.
We do.
That people don't really talk about.
They don't. And most students won't talk about it, because it's their pride, and they don't want to feel shame. And so we're trying to identify why this is happening, how can we resolve it, but look at the long-term solutions that are more sustainable and realistic, instead of this Band-Aid approach where we're just trying to help facilitate providing a parking area for these students to park, to stay there safely without having to be vandalized. But that's not a good solution.
That is not a solution
at all.
And how would this ad hoc committee kind of move forward by partnering with some of the private businesses
I
in
would
the
think so.
city?
My vision is that we need to partner with the local government agencies,
Okay.
like the Department of Public
That
Social
was
Services.
that was my next question.
Because typically they're the ones that have the funding that's available
Right,
for low and very low income population individuals.
Coming back to local governments, how do you see the interaction with Glendale Community College trustees, with the Glendale Unified School District, the City of Glendale, the Crescento Valley Town Council, with La Cañada?
Oh, sure.
City Council.
We
and
all
the
have to
school
work
district?
collaboratively. We're all funded. We're a government agency. We're all funded through federal and state dollars, and there's a lot of overlap. There's definitely opportunity where we can access other services that may not be available on campus through other resources.
Right.
And we need to be able to identify what those resources are so we can leverage them so that it'll help, uplift our population to have, a full, successful, quality education.
Right. What about career counseling programs for the students at the college?
There's a program that's established for career counseling. They want to increase the number of counselors, especially because there's quite a few students that are there and they're not completing their schoolwork.
Right.
It's taking them 5 to 6 years to finish a 2-year degree, and so what they want to do is increase the ratio to student and counselor counseling. Yes, because obviously they're not getting enough guidance, and I think if they put on a guided pathway, they'll be more successful in completing their school studies within a 2-year program.
Right, and I think that's the key, so that things are not delayed for them to get into to finish college if that's what they plan to do, and get into the workforce as soon as possible, so they can pay for their everyday needs and start on their careers.
Absolutely.
That's kind of the first step. That is all the time we have. If people want to join you and help you, where would they go?
They would go to www.votefordesiree.com, or they can email me directly at desiree@votefordesiree.com.
And we have the website on the screen as well.
Excellent. Oh, it's perfect.
Very, very well. Don't forget, vote for Desiree Rabinov for school, Glendale Community College District Area 1. Uremen Aichap. Thank you, Desiree,
Thank you
for coming to our
March
program.
March 3rd is a big day.
March 3rd. Գրնագարտեն քվեարկել Փետրվար February 22 Փետրվար 22-ին արդեն կսկսի քվեարկելու կետրոններ գրնակ երթալ եւ քվեարկեցեք բոլորանոց որ դուք համամիտ եք կամ գրնակ առնել նաեւ իմ թելատակներս այդ չափ մեր այսօր ծրագրին դեսվին կալ շաբաթ մևնին գանեն միայն ժամին մնակ բարով